I did a quick survey over stores here in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area to let you guys know what is in shortage in this area so you guys can compare and contrast it to your areas. And definitely seeing some issues, seeing rice, seeing butter, seeing some of these main things actually really disappearing out there. Let me know if you guys are seeing the same thing. Welcome to the Poplar Report. Let's jump right into the pictures. Let's go. Let's take a quick peek first at Aldi, then we'll take a gander at Sam's Club, and then we'll head into Walmart to see some of the things that we're seeing here in the Pittsburgh area of things on the store shelves, and most notably the things that are missing. Eggs, $2.56 a dozen. That means the price is coming down a little bit, at least in this area. Cisco out there saying basically that they're seeing egg prices pulling back a little bit. Cisco out there also saying that chicken wings are back in stock at the distribution level. So if you want to stock up on wings, now is the time to do so, apparently. Still seeing issues with dairy out there. So that's some whipped dairy topping, and then we got this is a big one. Not only here, but when we get over to Walmart, you're going to see it there too. Rice. Now this is jasmine rice, and then we got some white and brown basmati. You got some plain white rice over there, but when we get over to Walmart, you're going to see the plain white rice disappeared. So that's a problem. Corned beef is in, it's in, but usually they have a lot more. We still have issues with beef broth. We got lots and lots of chicken broth, but and they have a bunch of vegetable broth. But when it comes to beef broth, over here at Aldi, as well as over at Walmart, they just don't have it in stock. Now, here's some more yogurt things that are kind of missing here and there. This was shot yesterday, Saturday, and we also have some of the beef items, beef hot dogs, some pork items. We got a couple sections of bacon missing, though at $3.99 a pound, I don't begrudge anyone grabbing it at that price. So that's actually pretty good on the bacon side. So maybe that's kind of what's behind that one. Chicken, some of the frozen chicken, not fully stocked. Okay, over at Sam's Club. Some things just caught my eye. I didn't realize that they had some of these things. They got the 27-gallon totes. They got their 40-gallon totes. These are great items to stock up with. And I'll be honest with you. Is all of my rice and beans in 5-gallon buckets properly packaged in Mylar? No, it's not. I got a whole bunch of rice and beans in totes. The totes keep the critters off and stuff like that, but totes are a great way to store Mylar bags, or even if you rotate it, or if you're willing to kind of toss it out every few, 5-6 years, you can just store the rice in the original bags. So totes are a great way to go. If you want to properly seal everything up in 5-gallon buckets, that is a good way to go. I didn't know that Sam's Club actually had 5-gallon buckets, but apparently they do. So there's that, but they don't have lids. So I looked all around, no lids. So maybe your Sam's Club has lids, mine does not. But that is good to know. Before we dive into Walmart, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. Their phone number is right there on the screen if you want to give them a call to ask them any questions to see if it is a good fit for you. It's not a perfect fit for everybody. I get it. If you don't have a retirement account, probably not a good fit for you. But if you do have a whole bunch of money in a retirement account and you want to get some or all of it over into physical gold, physical metals, you might want to talk to them about that. There'll be a link at the end of the video too. Make sure you do mention this channel because you do get a major discount of them waiving your setup fee if you mention this channel. So over to Walmart here in the vegetable section, there's some gaps here and there. Normally they're pretty well stocked, but when it came to lettuce, that's not how that's supposed to look. We had a bunch of holes in the frozen food section, this and that. Got a lot of glare off those things. Potatoes, much lower than they normally are stocked. They did spread out the potatoes a little more though. So the potato section does have a little more room. I don't know what they stole that space from, but there is that. Other, fast food, frozen items, TV dinners. Things are kind of not looking all that great. Frozen vegetables, pretty low. It is a Saturday, so but this is right around 1:30 or so, and so there's still a lot more Saturday to go before the end of the day, and there were a lot of holes. We got a lot of chocolate syrup kind of missing, though. We do see generic chocolate syrup and Hershey's is in stock, and with the chocolate shortage out there, that is notable that they do have a bunch of that. So that may be changing, friends. We're hearing word of places like Cadbury chocolates, like Cadbury eggs, right? But they're like Hershey's, but British, and they're about to double the price, or they already have doubled the price of chocolate. That's what's coming our way. Cocoa prices are on the rise. So with Lipton teas, there's some Lipton tea here, some decaf down there, but no regular Lipton tea. So there's Lipton tea green, and then you got the decaf, but no regular brown. Coffee creamer, a lot of empty spots right there. And when we get over to the liquid creamer side of things, you'll see why. People just like, I can't get what I want, so they went over to the powdered creamer side and grabbed that. But coffee, that's a really sad looking Folgers section, like really sad. There's a little bit more generic coffee than what we're used to seeing. Maxwell House is low there too. See a bunch of those packages are pulled to the front. Normally they're too deep, and that's not how we're used to seeing that coffee. So, and we're hearing a lot of words out there that Folgers is going to be jacking up their prices, and availability may be more of an issue out there. Robusta coffee beans, the cheap ones, are in shortage across the world. Now, will we run out here? Maybe not. If the prices go up enough, we may still be able to get them, but there may be shortages here and there because of, the retailers not wanting to hike the price. Mayo, a bit low there. Salad dressings, we've got a bunch of spots here and there kind of missing on salad dressings. Maybe that has something to do with the mayo. White vinegar, that's not where it should be. Notice also the apple cider vinegar, no name brand apple cider vinegars. No name brand white vinegar. It's just generic white vinegar and generic apple cider vinegar. And none of the small bottles, just giant bottles. So that's a little concerning. So vinegar, and then we're going to go see rice shortly. And when you see butter, friends, there's something there too. Make sure you're letting us know what you guys are seeing down in the comments down below. Make sure you use the word update. Be like, that's what I'm seeing too on this or on that. That's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something very different. So barbecues, buffalo wings. Okay, right? No 20-pound bags of rice. There's a few 5-pound bags of white rice, generic, but no 20-pound bags of generic. If you want to buy the fancy Jasmine 20-pounders, they do have some of those, but nothing basic. Also, didn't see any 20-pounder pinto beans either. Saw some 8-pounders. So we were seeing a bunch of 20-pounders for the pinto beans for a while. This Bush's canned beans section has been basically this empty for like 3 or 4 weeks. That's concerning. Chicken, canned chicken, chick coin, it's disappearing. This is almost always just like fully loaded, and we got almost half the canned chicken of the multi-packs gone. What is up with that? And we got some of this canned meat section, just what are those little pennants or something like that on the screen? Haven't seen that before. Bunch of the tuna foil packs up the top missing. Canned tuna, not too bad down the bottom, but a little lower than what we're used to seeing. Back across the aisle to the canned meat section, they got a whole bunch of luncheon meats, great value luncheon meat options, but the Spam, not much Spam. Is this because people got a little freaked out by the stock market this past week? It's possible, because not too far away, we're going to see what the ramen noodles look like. But canned vegetables, there's some gaps here and there. I'm not saying there's any kind of crisis yet, but there's some cracks appearing in this thing. And we go from cracks to empty shelves pretty darn quickly. As soon as there's a storm mentioned, as soon as there's a financial crash or something like that, people can panic really fast, and you don't want to be, the 50th person in the line when the other 49 have just cleared out the store. Pasta looking a little bit better, but notice a bunch of these are fronted. That's fronted. Those are smashed and fronted. There's nothing behind them. What's up with that? There's some behind that one up there in the elbows, but bow ties down here. Looks like somebody played soccer with these packages, and yet they're still putting them out on the shelf. Why? Because they don't have any others. I promise you, it wasn't me playing soccer with them, right? But that's a little concerning, isn't it? Don't see that every day. Okay, this ramen noodles, these are always just like fully stocked up, but not so this week. And like I say, that's kind of like the volatility index for consumers. When people panic, one of the first things they do is they start grabbing ramen noodles. And that's not a bad thing to have. If you like ramen noodles, or if you can tolerate ramen noodles, you buy a few packages of those and just throw them up on top of a dresser, or if you have some place up high that you can just kind of toss them up there and just keep them dry. Yeah, that's it. That's a bunch of meals right there, and it's cheap. That's for sure. It's cheap. You'll have to rotate them every 3 or 4 years, but that's doable. Vegetable oil, which is soybean oil, that's pretty low in stock. Not healthy, yes, but that's what a lot of people are eating out there. And when they can't eat that, they're going to come for your olive oils and your avocado oils and your fancy oils, right? Speaking of olive oils, yeah, not as bad as it could be, but seeing some fronting going on there, right? There's some gaps behind there. A bunch of that stock was pulled to the front, indicating instead of restocking, they just pulled stuff forward. Flour, not super terrible, but a little low there. Bottled water, by and large, wasn't bad, but there was this empty pallet there. But as you can see with the rest of the pallets, they looked pretty good. Sam's Club is definitely the best place to get your bottled water. And if you look into it, Sam's Club and then at least one of the Walmart generic brands, they use reverse osmosis to purify their water, which means they take the fluoride out. And there have been independent testing them for fluoride. And both the Sam's Club that I drink and then the one of these generic Walmart brands, Great Value, also doesn't have fluoride in it too. So that's just an FYI out there. Not all the fancy brands take out the fluoride. So you got to be careful on that. If you're really trying to avoid fluoride without using one of the big filters that cost lots and lots of money, I just like just grabbing the packs of water and just wandering around the house drinking bottles of water, and can always grab them to go. So some of the cookie doughs and some of the other things that have eggs in them, a little bit low. Nothing mission critical. Eggs were pretty well stocked. There's a guy actually restocking. There was like a gap there, but there was a guy actually restocking the gap. So I'll say that was fully stocked. What is not fully stocked is this section: cottage cheeses, sour creams. We got some pretty big gaps here. That is noticeable. And we're having those issues with dairy. Some of the butters, sorry, it's not quite clear. That's in the butter section. That's the salted butter. All the salted butter, gone. And the salted Land of Lakes butter, name brand stuff, almost gone there too. That's kind of noticeable. I'm like, where'd all the butter go? We're having dairy issues out there, friends. Some of the cream cheese, that's like an organic cream cheese. I don't know how you get organic cream cheese, but you know, I don't know. Maybe you take your cream cheese out for a walk or something like that. You know, take it out to pasture every so often, so it's like a free range cream cheese. I don't know, but when it comes to coffee creamers, all the flavored stuff here, there's a lot of gaps here. And then when you look over here at the half and half. A lot of stuff missing there too. A guy right before me was crawling down on the floor to get down in here to get something else. I guess that was the silk, fake milk, half and half or whatever, but or maybe it was the other half and half in there. But heavy creams and stuff like that, not fully stocked. The jugs of milk looked pretty good. So let me know what you guys are seeing where you are. Let me know if you're seeing issues where you are and what they are. Make sure you use the word update in your comment. It can be on this video or any video on this channel. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, there's a link right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from this channel, that's also on the screen. Thanks. I will see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report.